Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who were most known for teaching us his truth. And salutations to the sincere Akim and Alquat that may listen. May the blessing of election be over your house. My name is Brother Raquai. I'm back in here with another quick lesson. And for today's lesson is going to be just a slight continuation of the word of the statement that was made by either it was a member or a leader of another Israelite camp who said is wisdom for they said wisdom is for cowards, right? So I wanted to just touch on that a little bit more real quick, just to make a little part two to the lesson, because I was thinking about the statement that they made, and I thought it was such a completely ridiculous statement to make, right? And if there's anything that our people are lacking, is really and truly it's wisdom, right? Let me just get this quick precept first, right? Okay, this is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 5, and it reads, "Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth," right? "Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee." Right? So that she is referring to wisdom. In the Greek, it's Sophia, right? And verse 7, and it reads, "For wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. With all that getting, get understanding." Right? So this is one of the things that is so important of wisdom, right? For somebody to say and make a comment like that, wisdom is for cowards. People don't as more and more as these prophecies come to pass, and more as you notice the things that are happening in this world, wisdom is going to be even wisdom of the scriptures of Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to be even more and more important, in the events to come, right? Because it's going to give you essentially like a director's cut of what's actually going on in your surroundings and in the world, right? When you look at the news and what's going on. So essentially, having this wisdom and understanding, it keeps you enlightened of what's going on in the world. This is not a cowardly act. I just wanted to get that word cowardly. I don't think I got that last time, and this is I just wanted to cut that up with what that member or that leader was saying, because I think that was such a ridiculous statement to make, right? So coward, in the etymology, it says one who lacks courage to meet danger or shrinks from the chance of being hurt. It says what else? Let's see. Okay, so that's essentially it anyways. Okay, here it says lacking courage, timorous. Let's see what that word means. Okay, showing or suffering from nervousness, fear, or lack of confidence. All right, so what does the scripture say about this sort of nervousness, that we shouldn't have these sorts of feelings, right? If there's anything that wisdom does to us, it's something that as you learn more and more, and you go and inquire of the ways of your forefathers, of the things that they did and the things that different kings of Israel had done. I'm just using David as an example. One thing it does is it emboldens you, right? Because it's It's something that gives you strength, and especially in times when when you're in your lowest moments, right? It also serves as a comfort. So let me just touch on that thing about a quick point in regards to timidness, right? Let me just get another quick precept. I didn't put this in the list, but let me just get this real quick. Okay, so this is Second Timothy 1 verse 7, and it reads, "For the Most High Yahweh hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind," right? So this is the importance of wisdom. It keeps our mind sound, right? Let's get that word sound really quickly, because that's what we want, especially in a shadow of things to come. As you know, as these elites push their agenda, as we see this transferring of this the dollar that we use to become digital. This is the thing. The wisdom is the thing that's going to keep us going to keep us comforted when we're going through our situations, when we're going through, you know, our trials and our tribulations, right? When we inquire, those ways of our forefathers, these are the things that are going to keep us, mentally strong through, okay. Okay, so this is the sound, the proper sound I'm looking for right here. It says healthy, not diseased, Slakia, free from special defect or injury, sound, safe, having the organs or faculties to complete in a perfect action, healthy, strong. Okay, so, you know, it keeps our mind at ease, essentially, right? That is the, oh, here it says, oh, I like this one. This one says financially sound, solid, Salakia, or safe, right? And even though we don't charge for this wisdom, or we don't we buy it with our time. We buy, when we go to camp and we trade, right? And that's likened onto, it's likened onto a feast and money. This is one of my favorite scriptures. I'm just going to bring this out for you, brothers, right? Just give me 1 second. We don't buy it with physical money, but we just exchange it, with our time when we study, when we make lessons, when we go on the highways. That's a form of charity, and that's the buying and the selling. That's the spiritual stock exchange, if you will, right? Just give me 1 second. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 1. And it reads, "Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and ye that hath no money, come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price." Right? So, this is the purpose of, the prophets being on the streets, doing in the purpose of, doing live shows and lessons, because, the Most High is calling people, through his son Yahweh Shai, we're calling people to come back to the heritage and actually understand that, the things that are a shadow of the things to come. You're going to need some kind of stability. You're going to need some kind of covering. You're going to need protection, right? Because, throughout what has happened in the past 2 to 3 years, all this information that has come out, in regards to Satan's devices with the C18+1, if you know what I mean. You cannot trust in the covering and the protection of these elites, of these prime ministers, of these presidents, of these political leaders. You cannot trust in that covering. So, verse 2, and it reads, "Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness." Right? So this is what the Most High through his son Yahweh Shai, extension down from the apostles and elders are offering, to actually come back and give us this meal that is able to satisfy our soul in fatness. Because if there's one thing our people like to do, is to go into all these different philosophies, post-secondary education, and think that it's going to actually satisfy them, satisfy their spirit. But there's always still a hole there, right? Because really and truly, the healing comes from, recognizing that you're sick and repenting and be able to turn your ways and come back to the laws and come back to Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai. That's where real healing starts, right? One of the titles, Yahweh Shai is our physician, right? Let's see. I was actually having a quick conversation with a brother, and this to not to go too off topic in regards to the wisdom, but I was I was at the gym, and this woman, she came up to me, and she came and she started working out right next to me. We ended up having this really really long conversation, and she was telling me about her health, and we were talking about the state of the world, and talking about food and so on and so forth. But I just to spiritually extrapolate from these situations, this is one thing that wisdom also does, is that it enlightens you, right, in the spirit, right? It decks you out. And this is the one thing that Yahweh Bashim El Shai is doing to his elect, right? Doing to his men, right? And this is something that a lot of bunch of that these other Israelite camps don't seem to understand, right? You're not looking to be decked out, physically, where people can actually see, right? Your decking out actually comes from taking on this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to keep you stable during these times, right? To be a wise judge that's been well instructed, right? And this is the precept that he shared with me quickly. This was Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 1, and it reads, "Who is as the wise man, and knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed." Right? So if there's anything that wisdom does of the scriptures of Yahweh Bashem El Shai resting his Holy Spirit over you, is it emboldens you, right? It doesn't make you a coward, It forces you to put off those old ways and renew your mind, right? When it says in here, it says bold. So here it says stout-hearted, brave, confident, strong, bold, swift, boldness, right? Acquiring or exhibiting courage, audacious, presumptuous. Actually, no, that's okay. So really and truly, this is what it does as well, is it emboldens you, right? Because you're equipped with a spiritual armor to fight these battles that you're going to be coming across, right? It makes you into a soldier. It emboldens you to take on the challenges and put off those old ways, right? Let's get another. Okay, this is Baruch chapter 4, verse 1, and it reads, "This is the book of the commandments of the Most High Yahweh, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." Right. So this is the end result of our falling away from our heritage. Our people, we fell into diverse lusts and worshiping of idols, Jesus Christ and Buddha and so on and so forth. And right. And then we became to, die in the spirit, and then eventually, through the intervention of the Most High through His Son Yahweh Shai, sending that Comforter back, onto Abel Bivens and on our apostles and elders down, we've become illuminated, right? So that light has come back, right? That understanding have come back. We got our heritage back, right? Verse 2, and it reads, Turn ye, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it, and walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Right. So, this is the also the importance of wisdom. Right. This is not something that makes you cowardly. When you inquire and go back into the ways of our forefathers, they were very, very bold men, right? When you read about, for example, Mattathias, and the Maccabees and how bold they were, for fighting valiantly and very enthusiastically for the law, because they saw the downfall of our people, right? And this is what we're doing today. We're doing the same thing in the spiritually, right? Because currently, right now, we're in a state where we completely see our people in a completely dead state, and we're fighting, and having this wisdom and knowledge has emboldened us to come back and fight, so we can actually be in a righteous rulership, essentially, right? To be back and set things back in order, right? Okay, I'll get one more. And okay, this is Sirach chapter 15, verse 1. But the point is in verse 7. So he that feareth the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Hawashai, will do good, and he that hath the knowledge of the law shall attain her. And that her is just referring to wisdom. And as a mother shall she meet him, and receive him as a wife married to a virgin. With the bread of understanding shall she feed him, and give him the water of wisdom to drink. He shall be stayed upon her, and shall not be moved, and shall rely upon her, and shall not be confounded. Right? So this is the hedge of protection that I'm talking about. So by us attaining onto this woman, attaining onto Sophia, and actually getting this wisdom and understanding, this is what is going to be our hedge of our protection, right, throughout these times, right? Verse 5, and it reads, She shall exalt him above his neighbors, and in the midst of the congregation shall she open his mouth. He shall find joy and a crown of gladness, and she shall cause him to inherit an everlasting name. Right? So, just when you go through your ups and downs, this is the comfort that you also um receive, when you get more of this wisdom and understanding. um Verse 7, and this is just regards to these other Israelites, right, that scoff at that's like to scoff at wisdom. But foolish men shall not attain unto her, and sinners shall not see her. Right? So, a person who is a fool, that sort of spirit cannot obtain wisdom, because there's something that's completely off with their spirit, right? You need to have a certain kind of spirit, to want to do righteous, a want to, be humble and receive her secrets, right? But somebody who is just completely, doing a degenerate behavior and breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, they cannot receive wisdom. So, anyways, I hopefully this video was edifying. I didn't mean to make this too long. I didn't go to all the precepts I have listed here, but Yahweh this video was edifying. And I just like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us his truth. Till next time, I say Shalom.